that I love you. Can I tell you once again somehow? Darling, I'm telling you now. Oh, darling, I'm telling you now.
That if I went on the front porch, I could hear him.
Well, we used to hear him when y'all would come and stay with us. You'd be upstairs sleeping, we'd have our door closed, and we could hear you through the door.
Oh, they're picking on you, Papa.
Oh, but he snores loud.
Oh, I know. I don't see how you can stand it.
If I'm asleep, he doesn't wake me up.
But if you're not asleep,
I can't go back.
then you can't get to
You need
sleep.
earplugs.
Like your daddy used to do
I
when
know,
you
but-
were born.
I know, well, that was to keep them from kids.
Yeah, I was like, Bennett, get up and see about her. I'm so sick, and I was, you know. And he didn't move. So I took him and I shook him and like that, you know, and I talked to him and he did this.
Oh,
So he could hear me came out with that cotton, and I wanted to kill him. I absolutely wanted to kill him.
that sounds like Daddy.
Well, he had put cotton in his ears so he couldn't hear you.
He was good at that. He used to sleep with his sunglasses on too when he was
Yeah,
driving a truck and the trucks were being loaded.
Yeah.
Catch up on his sleep that way. Nobody.
That's where we
Go to sleep with a smile on his face.
get those little cat naps from.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
I know.
Because I can go to sleep like that.
Oh, me too.
You know, just be quiet, let me sit and close my eyes.
4 of us were doing that last night while we were watching the new version of Miracle on 34th, which is a cute show, by the way. I'd look over and Jeannie'd be asleep, then I'd look over and then Mark would be asleep, and then Ted'd be asleep, and I'd be asleep, of course.
And so she stood back and he went and he opened the door. I looked at Stan. I said, "You see that?" He goes, "I opened the door for you." And him and I say at the same time, "Sometimes."
But, you know, Ted's like that too.
Yeah.
And they're both from Pennsylvania.
Yeah. And
There's something good about
he's
those
from
Yankees
Cajun.
after all.
I'm telling you, they open doors when they're supposed
Augie
to.
does it for me, and he's from
And
New
he's
Orleans.
died in the wool southerner, yeah. That's just a gentleman, period.
Yeah.
I mean, now, growing up, y'all did a lot of traveling for a number of different reasons,
Yeah.
either moving or whatever.
Mhm.
Granny, what do you remember most about these two kids being in the back seat together?
Oh.
Now be kind.
Oh, well, we would travel and we'd be riding along. We'd see a sign and they'd say mission, and they'd have an arrow, and it might be 10 miles down this little road, you know. And we'd take that and we'd go to the mission and look it over. And Joey wanted to go in every room, and he'd run around like he was crazy. And Norma Rita and Diane, well, Diane was always trying to get into mischief. We had fun traveling, and like when we went to Los Angeles one time, I told him, well, you can pick one actor, and we'll go to see the actor. Each one had a choice. Well, Norma Rita and Joey wanted to see Gary Cooper.
And we did. We saw him
And-
going into his house.
Right. And they went right up in his backyard. So excited when he got out in the backyard, he turned around and looked at them, you know, and they took off on the run. Guess who she wanted to see?
Well,
Trigger.
you said.
Trigger.
Did she really?
Yes.
Trigger. I said,
remember that.
Roy Rogers' horse.
I said, Diane, we can't find Rogers' horse. I want to see Trigger. And they got to see who they wanted to. And I said, We'll take you to see Will Rogers, because we had seen a statue of him on a horse.
Did
I
that
don't want to
appease
see
me?
Will Rogers. We
Probably
can
didn't
never
know who
see
Will Rogers was.
I want to see Trigger. So, well, it was a commotion until we got out of LA to see Trigger.
I remember that trip because that was the last trip that I ever got a spanking from Mom. I never got many because she didn't believe in really spanking to be spanking. If you were bad and you deserved one, you got one and you knew you had it. You knew she loved you, but you knew you had to learn a lesson not to do it again. But we were in a restaurant and it was on the way to Los Angeles and
Never.
you started it. You started cutting up with your iced tea glass,
You know
remember?
where we were?
Where?
We were in out of Denver,
Out of Denver?
Central City. We had stopped there to eat lunch.
I thought it was in
No.
Arizona or something because it was
No.
flat country.
No, this is when we were going to Wyoming.
Okay.
Okay.
But I remember the situation because
Yeah.
you started with your iced tea glass, clinging your spoon in the glass. And Mama would tell you, Diane, stop that. And you keep doing it. Then Joey picked up on it. And Joey started doing it. And then Daddy thought it was funny. So Daddy started laughing. Well, I got the giggles. And they used to call me Giggle Box. And I mean, I giggled and I giggled and I giggled. And I couldn't stop. And you kept telling me to shut up. And the more you tell me to shut up, the more I
Everybody was looking at us.
I said, wait until we get into that car. Well, we finished eating finally, and we got into the car, and we took off, and we figured, she forgot. We got just a couple of miles down the road, and she said, Bennett, stop the car. And she opened the car doors, and one by one, she pulled us out of the car and beat the, you know what, out of us. And I was mortified.
3 licks.
Yeah, well, but still, Mama, people were passing us by on the road and watching this, and I was 10, 11 years old. I couldn't believe I was being spanked in public. It's the last time you ever had to spank me. I listened to you diligently from that point on.
I don't remember that. That's probably why I got many more beatings.
No, you didn't get as many. People more spoiled, I guess.
You probably ran out of steam.
Oh, Lord. But we had a good time
We
for the
did.
rest of the trip.
I do remember one of our trips when we stopped at a big orchard, and we
It was in
picked
Seattle.
pears.
Yeah.
And I can remember I had a picture of me with a pear stuck in my mouth because that was my favorite fruit.
Yeah.
Got to eat them right off the
I'll
tree.
tell you where that was. Your daddy had gone hunting, bear hunting. That's when we lived in Seattle. And
We picked strawberries like that,
Right.
and peaches, and boysenberries. Oh,
Yeah.
we had a good time. We enjoyed living up there. That
Yeah.
was a nice country.
But I made apple pies so they were coming out of our ears.
Yeah, and pear pies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I can remember that. She used to make us go on the side of the road. They'd open up the 2 doors and we'd have to squat. Remember that?
I wouldn't do it, I thought.
I was young and naive. I'd do it.
I do remember one time you decided you wanted to take a picture of the 3 of the kids and you sat us on some rocks
Yeah.
along the side of the road and Daddy was busy doing something at the car and
That was at the Grand Canyon.
yeah, I heard Daddy yelling at Mama to get us away from those rocks. He said, "That's where the snakes go." Well, honey, that's the last time I got near a rock. But he was really worried because he knew more about that stuff than you did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, well.
Maybe we were bad that day. Here you go.
You know, one thing that I remember is the time we went across into Mexico
Oh, yeah.
and how you had to connive our way out of Mexico so that they wouldn't check the trunk.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
Yeah, I
that?
forgot about that.
For what?
That was a good one.
Why were they gonna?
Daddy had his arsenal in the trunk.
We were moving from Seattle back to New Orleans, and they decided to take a side trip into Mexico. Well, the trunk was full of guns and ammunition. You can't take guns across the border.
Oh, and we took the car?
Yeah.
Obviously, you've all kind of had 2 families. You know, Bennett with your first father, and then with, when your parents had separated, when Norma, I guess you were around 20, or in your early 20s.
I guess I was, 23, because I
Yeah.
think Daddy died, you were 2.5. I had you and I was, I was about 23, 24.
And there's 7 years of difference, right, between you and Diane?
Almost 8.
Real sick. Okay, well, obviously, the second family then came in when Augie joined the family.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about that. Any of you?
Okay, I think I was about, what, 18, 17?
17.
17.
17.
And actually, Uncle Joey, the brother that's not here, is the one who introduced Augie to Mom, because he was working at a lounge on Veterans called Pete Maroney's. And Augie, you were a customer there, right?
Yeah.
You didn't work there.
No, I didn't.
Right. But he had met Augie from going in there, and he told Mom, he says, I got this man you have to meet. He's really a nice man. Next thing I knew, little wedding bells were ringing.
I don't
And,
remember the day I met you, but I do remember I liked you, and I told you you were very lucky. Because if I hadn't liked you, that would have been miserable, because she wouldn't have married you.
That's right.
Because her kids would have, you know, had to be totally in agreement with someone that she
Yeah.
was going to marry. That's the kind of person she was. And we all loved you to death. We really did. I told you that the day you got married.
I do remember a story about Augie, maybe at their wedding, and someone got extremely drunk. I don't want to point any fingers, but the woman on the end was, what were you doing in the bathroom, banging on the door? Or?
I don't know. I was cutting up. I had such a good time. I was ordering, double martinis. Because
She
their
was
reception- I was
some
plastered.
loot.
I was absolutely plastered.
She was something else.
But I wasn't bad. I mean, I was happy.
Oh, yeah, you were
I was
happy.
a happy load that
Happy,
night.
yeah,
I really
happy
was.
drunk, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they left in a car that said Granny a Go-Go, and that's how
Oh,
Granny got her name.
That's why she parked it at my house that night. Because I was so loaded. I was out there riding all sorts of stuff on her white Chevy Impala.
Yeah, white
with
Chevy.
black shoe polish. Never did really get it all
But I'll
off.
tell you what I did. I told Augie, I said, you take that car, because they just lived in the next block from us. I said, go park it in front of their house, and tomorrow morning when they wake up, they're going to have a surprise, because they're going to clean it. And what he didn't know was, we were going to Mexico, but he was always kind of skittish about doing something different. So I decided, well, I'm not going to say anything until we're on our way. And each town, I'll say, well, let's go a little bit further, and let's go a little bit further, and we'll end up in Mexico, which is what we did. But,
We were going to Opelousas.
yeah.
Oh. My way of Mexico.
They were taking the scenic route.
So, anyway, the next morning, Norma Rita says she could hear the garbage men laughing, killing themselves. Here's this car in front of the house that says Granny a Go-Go and all kind of stuff on it, you know. And so Ted and Mark got up and went and washed the car. You don't remember that? You were little.
Oh, yeah, you too, you.
Two and a half,
Something like
you know.
that, yeah.
About like Evan. But you helped your daddy wash the car.
So did you feel welcomed into the family, Augie?
Oh, definitely. This one was a real pepper back in those days.
What do you mean?
But I've always loved her.
Well, you know, I was 17. I had my own life to live.
Typical teenager.
Well, all three of us really welcomed you with open arms into the family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we really did. And we've loved you all along.
I know
That's
it.
right.
As long as you're good to me.
That's right.
That's
You
right.
always add something.
That was the biggest thing.
The day you stop being good to her, you're going to have to answer for it.
Blackmail.
Yeah, no, it's not blackmail.
It's the truth.
It's the truth.
She knows I can't give you two up, you know.
I know. So, and really, Augie keeps telling me that he and I are so much alike that I could be his own.
Yeah,
So,
we are.
There are
I mean,
many things that we are very much alike.
Well, could that be you're always right? Could that be one of the things? Augie? Oh, wait.
Yeah, Augie.
Mark?
Yeah. Mark gets it honestly, even
I know.
stepfather.
Well, we have Norma and Norma together.
Norma Rita
Norma
and
Rita.
Norma. Yes.
Our sister would say Norma Weedy.
Yeah.
There were, obviously in the early years, there were some hard times. you don't remember it being that way?
Not really, because I always dressed nicely. Mama used to make my clothes, as she mentioned earlier, and I was in everything I wanted to be in. I did everything I wanted to do. She's the one that stayed up all night long working so that we could have what we wanted.
Yeah.
Now, did it affect you at all, or did you think any differently about the fact that you had a mother that was working?
I noticed that she was working, a woman in a man's world, and I didn't like the men she worked with. I didn't trust them. I thought they were a bunch of thieves. And I think seeing what she went through made me be very cautious with people as I grew older. It showed me a side of life that I would have never seen had she not been working in a man's world, at a man's job.
Now, you've been involved with your husband in construction for many, many years, and in real estate, so obviously you've also been in the professional world for most of your adult life. How did her background, your mother's background, influence how you handled business?
As Ted tells me sometimes, I'm too honest. And I think I got that from Mama. Very honest, always honest. And if she dealt with someone that wasn't honest, that's the last time she dealt with them. Because if you're dishonest once, you're going to be that way again. So she would have nothing to do with them. And I learned to always do the best job you could and give a little extra, because it'll always come back to you. Always.
Do you have any little stories or anything that you remember about something that had happened with your mother, something that some event in business or anything?
I just remember her always working, yet always having time for us. Like I said, we were in everything we wanted to be in. I can remember coming home from school and saying, "There's a sorority dance tonight, I forgot to tell you about it." And she'll say, "Oh, great." Go get the box out of the closet. I'd pick out a piece of material and she'd make me a dress. And by the time my date would be there to pick me up, she'd be sewing my hem while I had my dress on waiting for my date. She always had time. Always had time.
It was quite a thing to juggle, you know, all the different businesses and 3 kids.
Right.
But you'd have never known it. She was a beanpole. You know, she burned off any fat that she would have put on. But you'd never know that she was always busy, because she hit it, and she, like you said, she juggled. She managed to do it all. She kept a very happy household, and spotless. I wasn't allowed to do housework because I couldn't do it as well as she could. The only thing she let me do was the dishes. She loved to cook, but she hated to clean up, so I learned really well how to clean a kitchen.
Right.
You know, my claim to fame, I know how to clean a kitchen.
But the rest of the housework, I did it.
Yeah. And she taught me how to sew. And I can remember I took sewing in high school, in home economics, and the teacher was teaching us how to put in zippers. And I looked at the way she was doing it, and that was not the way to put in a zipper. It took too long, and it would pucker, and it just didn't look right. So I put my zipper in the way Mama taught me, and the teacher came and looked at it, and she said, "That's not right." I said, "Yes, it is." I said, "You can't tell there's a zipper there." And she said, "But that's not the way I taught you. It reminds me of you." I said, "Yes, that's right. You were teaching it wrong. This is the right way to do it." Well, needless to say, I didn't pass that particular segment of home economics, but I learned how to sew, and I really did. I attribute that all to her. I was a good little seamstress, even though my teacher didn't think so.
I never took home economics. I learned by myself.
Yeah.
Because Norma Rita said to me on occasion that she's raised her son just like you raised her. So what is the philosophy that you've passed on? Actually, Norma, if you'll answer it, if you want to add in, go right ahead.
Well, I've raised Mark. It's really funny. With a child, you've got to raise them and control them to a degree, because you've got to show them what's right and what's wrong. But you don't want to stifle them. You want them to have that free will, right?
Right. That's what I preached.
I can remember people telling Mama that your kids certainly do say what they think.
And she'd say, yes, I have taught them to. I don't want them to think what I think they should think. I want to coach them to be good and honest and respectful, but to have a mind of their own. And that's what I passed on to Mark. I wanted him to be able to expand and to just be a good person.
Now, Norma, you had 3 kids that you raised. Obviously, they're all totally different, but you
Right.
tried raising them the same mentality. How did you deal with that, with the different?
Well, each one, you're born as an individual of your free will, free mind, okay? Each one, you don't like the same things. I had 3 kids. They had different likes and dislikes. You can't want, well, a lot of people want all their kids to be just alike, and children should be seen and not heard, and all that. I didn't believe in that. You're born of a free mind and a free will. But you do what's right. You don't steal, you don't lie. You treat people the way you want them to treat you. And you grow up and you abide by rules. There's all kinds of rules.
Could not lie to her. That's why to this day I can't lie. You know, I get all tight inside because she'd look at me and she'd say, I don't want to hear a lie, I want the truth. And I'll be able to tell. And she could tell, just like I could tell with you when you were growing up.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, you can just look in those eyes, huh?
Yeah. That was just something that I could tell when one of them was lying to me. And I'd tell them, if you lie, you're going to get double punishment. And
There was only one time, though, that you couldn't tell, and that's when Diane used to mess up the bedroom on Dart Street. And I would tell you, Mama, it's not me, it's Diane. And you'd say, I think it's you. And it was really Diane. And years later, Diane admitted that she would deliberately do it just to see me get in trouble. Because, see, I just didn't get in trouble. I listened
Norma
to
Rita,
her.
listen.
I listened to her. You know, I was the goody two-shoes.
Diane didn't listen.
Randy, what's your favorite Mark story?
Be careful.
The favorite one is when we went out to Fort Jackson and Augie said, no, Mark said, there's an alligator. And Augie said, no, that's a log. And a little while later, Mark says, look, Augie, the log is moving. The alligator was swimming away. Remember that?
I remember throwing something at it, nailing it right on the nose, and it's splashing around. I've never seen a log do that before, Augie.
He's never let Augie live it down either.
Spent a lot of time together when I was a little kid.
Yeah,
And she spoiled you rotten.
Oh, like you didn't.
but I made him listen.
Yeah, you did.
Well.
You did. But I had to give him a spanking at the store one time because he insisted that he had to have a Hot Wheels car, and I told him, no, I wasn't his granny. I wasn't buying him a Hot Wheels car.
Oh, well, that's what grannies are for.
That's right.
Hey,
Yeah.
that was fun.
Well, you can play with
Hey,
your
Gavin.
dog. Remember one thing you told me the other day that you were reminiscing about Mark is how when
Well, he'd play the
he'd
piano.
play the piano, then he'd get down and he'd take a bow.
He'd take a bow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, too
I should say
bad.
he pretended he could play the piano.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too bad. Never ended up in entertainment.
Yeah.
We're gonna let y'all roll there.
Right.
Sue has 2 of the most beautiful children. All he did was
Well, it's a
smile.
shot in the tactum.
Well, she was just like mom. Christmas and New Year's around. I couldn't have that. What?
I don't think I'm gonna make it till next year. And she'd stop.
nothing
Poor
like
thing. Enjoying the holidays. Sick. Oh, God. It's unreal.
It's pretty Diane, isn't it, sweetheart?
Well, you both of you, look at your eyes.
Yeah.
Man, they're big.
All eyes. They were both beautiful children. All 3 of them were beautiful children. Were we?
They still
are.
They still are. Yeah, I hear that. Well, we've got good stuff. Hey!
You can at least wait till we
Pre-shower.
Yeah, you can at least wait till we put on makeup.
And I have such a stunning outfit.
Yes.
You two are so
Shall we,
shy.
Mom? We are chic.
Yes.
Coco doing that. I almost said Paige.
Back. Yama, back. Good girl. Go get him.
Oh, she's so
Go get him.
Coco.
Go get him. Not you.
Look at them. Come on.
Doing good, Coco.
Alma says, what's that diaper on there for?
He said, I'm not well trained.
What's that diaper for?
Go play, Yama. Get him. Play, Yama.
Oh, look at that little dance.
Get him, Yama.
He's rutting.
Go play. Go play.
Oh, isn't that cute? Oh,
Yama.
that's so cute.
Yama.
Now I'm gonna have to think of that.
I love this.
That's so cute.
Be sweet, Yama.
Oh.
Did you see her pull that jowl up out of the way? Didn't know she had muscles there. Jowl muscles. It's not your prettiest side, Yama.
What are Danes, or what are they susceptible to, their breed? Is it
Hearts.
hip or heart?
And joints, mostly back hips.
How long do they live?
Average of 10 years.
Is that right?
Well, so relatively short lifespan.
Yeah, that's kind of short.
Top of the time.
That's right. The good five.
And they are. Oh, sure. You can say, oh, it's sticking out a little for you.
I got to pee, but
Oh.
That was Mary Ann. Oh, baby.
That makes me so happy.
you've no idea.
Well, I think we do.
Well, we brought that tape of the heartbeat for you, too.
Oh, good, good.
I brought it.
I can't believe it.
And they're going to do that sonogram or whatever it's called. What's it called again? Remind me.
The ultrasound.
Ultrasound.
At the end of May.
Where they get the.
So we'll get a video of the
You'll see what the
baby
child looks like.
and-
Good.
Yeah.
Wagon. That's good. That's good. That's good. You want to come up here with me, huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, you are a heavy little thing for being so tiny. Yeah. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Yeah.
Licky with trench mouth.
Well, I can't let them lick me in the mouth. Regardless. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. Yeah. Happy is. Yeah. What you got? What you got? What you got? All right.
Dogs are so fickle.
Where you going? Where you going? That's my sweet girl. That's my sweet baby.
She won't like either of us after the bath.
That's my sweet girl. Yeah. You're so sweet.
What do you put in dogs' eyes when they get sore?
Ted, you
Here,
watch
Rose.
her. Ted, you watch her.
I don't want you to think that your baby's nose look like mine.
Rose, come on now. Stop.
Yeah.
I can't. No, we can't do it this way.
Well, hi, Diana.
Ted, hold
Rose,
on.
come here.
Oh, you want me to hold her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
Good to see you.
You got your insurance
well. You want this to be back
Everybody
on
I
again?
show these pictures to. Say,
Well, let's put it back on.
Aren't they pretty babies?
Well, let go of it. Let go of it.
Norma,
That's Reese.
this is Reese.
Let go of it.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd live to see
I
this.
know.
Rose and I are having a fight over here.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Absolutely incredible.
This is Luke.
Sit down. Let's have you hold him.
Aren't they tiny?
Here.
Well,
Say hello, Luke.
I think I've been used to it.
Are you?
Hey.
I think they're growing. Yeah.
There you go.
They're 15 days old today.
Do they really look alike?
I think
Are you able to
Well,
tell
I
the
think they're
difference?
looking a little different.
I think they look a little different. I do.
I think Rose found a playmate. I was holding her collar and the collar came off.
Oh.
Now
How
now
do you
she's not
never
fighting
put
me.
them
Every
down?
day, I'll tell you.
They're
That's
what?
what we
It
told
happened to
them.
me.
Did it?
Yeah. Think I can put Luke in her lap too? Mark?
And they definitely have more
Oh, yeah.
than me.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'll tell you what, Rose, you're gonna get your other collar off.
There you are. Now it's back on. She'll be good.
Well, no.
Okay, this is
I'm gonna
Reese.
tie her up, honey.
Okay, you got her?
Well,
Well, hello.
hi, Paige. Well, you're excited too, aren't you? Well, yes, you're excited too.
Yeah, both dogs just love licking the boys. Well, you caught up to Diane on grandchildren, one fell swoop.
No, yeah.
Put your Paige right in there. Paige.
Mom was saying on the way over here, she says, I want to hold both of them in my arms.
Oh, yeah, well, you will.
Well. Yeah, how do you like having all this excitement in the house?
They're so sweet. Oh, they're so tiny. I can't
looking
believe
at
that they're
Are you
sleeping
looking
through
at her
all
again?
this.
Oh, they
Well, because
wake
they
up.
just ate. Oh, no, no, watch out.
Why? Yeah.
You're okay,
You
Luke.
jump on them.
Ah, they're rugged.
You should have seen Dana when we showed him the pictures.
I got you.
He looked at one of the pictures, I guess it was of Luke, and he said, "This is Mark." He said, "I can remember Mark when he was a baby."
Dana.
Dana,
Yeah, Judy's husband.
Judy's husband.
Oh. Amazing, I tend to forget him.
Okay, Rose. Okay.
I actually see you and Jeannie in both of them.
I do too. They look like our babies.
They're going to be hard to tell apart, for me anyway.
Oh, they're hard for me to tell too. When they're next to each other, I can tell they're different, but I can't tell which is which.
Person, aren't you? Well, hello.
This was the longest
He's
trip
looking
I've
me
ever
over. He's
taken.
wondering.
believe it.
He's wondering who is
We
this
were waiting
person?
for you
Say, who is this person?
about the last 2 hours. Every noise. We thought it
He's
was
looking
you.
me over. Have you? Now his eyes are closed again.
No, Bear, you got the baby that we did the 3D of.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's Luke.
Well, hello, Luke.
He's the one we saw early.
Well, hi there. Oh, he's
Well,
awake
his
now.
eyes are opening a little.
Perfect.
He's wondering what is all this talk stuff over here.
Hello.
That's your bear. We've been talking to him about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know all about you.
You're just a little thing, aren't you? Yeah, you're just a little thing.
It's okay. You're a good girl too, Rose.
You're a good
Yes,
girl,
you are.
Well,
Yes,
you'll
you
get to love
are.
a bear in a minute.
You're a
Yeah,
good girl. I
just a
said,
little thing. Get that arm back up there.
He does
There you
big poops, Bear. That's all I
Does
got
he?
to say. That one does the biggest pants. Oh boy. Oh
Say
boy.
hey, Grand Gnome.
Well, hello.
What do you want to play? Because Rose is tied up. Because Rose is
You know,
tied
it reminds
up.
me of
Who?
my brother Davy's child, Davy, when he was born.
Paige, you are a nut.
That's right.
Su primera lengua?
Sí.
Okay.
Good.
Bueno,
You have to touch it.
Hey.
voy a tratar. Necesito mucho práctico.
No,
Y mucho perfectamente.
Igualmente.
Will you quit putting your nose into my trousers?
That's what she does. That's her job.
Hey, little piggy.
Look at that
Hey,
face.
little piggy. But I'm telling you, they are identical.
Oh, he's going to
Well,
smile.
let's see.
Are you going to
You can
smile?
smile,
Can we have a smile?
You're going to change your mind.
Smile.
Well, you just flat.
Norma, I give you
Just
12
more
hours, you'll
attention,
change your
huh?
mind. There, you can tell them apart.
You can?
Oh yeah, I can tell them apart now.
Well, no, we
You
got it
can.
right.
She
That's
knew.
why you-
Like
Grandmother
50%
said-
chance you're gonna get it right.
Yeah, but
Where's
grandmothers
that
know.
Reese's?
Oh, those eyes are just, are they just opening or just
Well,
getting
you
ready to
happy?
close?
You
Where's that
obviously are
Reese's?
happy.
In my house.
He was sleeping.
Baby doll.
Aren't those outfits just so
Are you
cute?
gonna
Oh,
relax
they
at
are,
some
they're
point?
precious.
So I can visit the family instead of just visiting the dog?
Baby doll.
Come here, Rose, visit with me.
I know
Come
you
on.
love bears.
Come on.
Yes.
Yeah, visit with me. Come on, girl.
I'm worn out from Rose. We've been here only 5 minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, what do they weigh now?
A lot.
I don't know, at least 13.
Is that right? A lot of tape. It takes me a long time to open things.
I'll help you.
Open. I was gonna say something and it already sounded nasty, so I better not.
Then don't say it.
I always wanted a. If it's what it says, now watch, it'll be an exercise machine.
Well, you need to exercise,
You
don't you?
got to be kidding.
No.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
I think it's an exercise machine. Don't get
I
excited.
kept doggies for 6 or 8 months because I wanted to keep playing it. Finally, I had to
I
give it away to
remember
him.
it.
Hope he doesn't see that tape. All right, where's the top, do you know?
On the bottom. Looks like the top's on the bottom.
Oh, you want a scissors then? Here.
Oh, here. Oh,
Do you need a scissors to get
I
off?
don't know. I don't understand it well enough.
It's
But
all taped.
Hello, Nomy.
Hello, Mom.
You're on the baby's tape.
I'm reading all about twins, and like I said a minute ago, I haven't seen any in any of these books that even come close to being as cute as yours.
Oh, boys will love
And
hearing
it's
that.
true.
I think you're prejudiced.
I'm not prejudiced at all.
Hmm.
I think we have the most beautiful twin grandsons in the world.
I don't know if they're the cutest or not. They're certainly the smartest.
Well, they're that too.
Oh yeah, they drool with style.
You can tell by looking at them, they're going to be brilliant little boys.
Yeah, their heads are big enough.
And they're not going to get into any
The
mischief.
smartest 3.5 month old.
That's right.
Well, your husband crippled me.
Is that right?
So what do you think about?
They're my sweet boys.
Yeah, what do you think about having twin
I
grandsons?
love it. I just love it.
A lot more than you were expecting, huh?
Makes me cry. I'm so happy.
Oh my God, you worked you did that just like Mike Myers on Saturday Night Live. Oh, I'm cavelling.
Well, no, that's for real.
I believe it.
No, I love being a grandmother. Even when they're screaming.
Oh, they don't scream.
Yeah, they're just exercising their little lungs.
That's right. That's right.
So. Oh, and I think your dad loves it too.
What?
And I said, you love being a grandfather, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Sure beats being a grandmother.
Well, your legs wouldn't look very good in the dress.
I agree with you there.
Yeah.
My legs don't even look good on a man.
Or wrapped around one.
You're photographing me, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the boys will love seeing that. Yeah. Exhale, bear.
I did exhale.
So what do you want to tell the boys,
I'm
Bear?
going to stick out my chest a little bit farther. What am I going to tell the boys?
No, what do you want to tell the boys?
Well, I think number one, that Luke's going to be an athlete. I think Reese is going to be a musician. If I have anything to do with it, I'll ruin both.
Well, that was deep. We'll see. Actually, it does kind of sound that way. Woo! Hi, Mama.
I think they're going to be whatever they want to be.
Well.
Because I think they have the type parents that'll encourage them.
Yep.
They're going to love their mama.
I know they're going to be exposed to all sorts of
And they're going to love their
things.
bald-headed Nomy.
I don't know. You're not bald any longer. You have a
I've
tiny
got
bit
a
of fuzz
little
sticking
bit of
out.
peach fuzz.
Well, that comes
coming
back
out.
fast, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, as soon as I'm off of chemo, it starts to come out, to grow. And then it'll get about a quarter of an inch long, then I'll start the next chemo, and it'll start getting in your dad's eyes again.
In my eyes, my cereal,
Well, that's okay.
my drinks at night.
That's okay.
Oh, yeah.
So,
So what are you planning for your next trip here?
we're coming in March.
In March, okay.
In
What,
March.
for
March 2000.
for Easter?
Yeah, well, probably so.
Is Easter March or is that April?
It's right around
I
that.
don't know.
It's right around that time.
Nome's going to start planning for it as we're driving down the driveway.
Leaving here?
She'll be making her lists out, things like
It all
this.
depends on if I stay on this chemo or not. But I'm still going to come in 3 months. 2 to 3 months,
Good.
regardless. Because this is the best medicine in the world for me.
Oh, yeah.
So,
You're looking great. I
All
mean,
my
you're-
little babies.
Your energy's amazing while you're here with the boys.
No,
You
I
were
know,
in
but
me.
it was that way last time too.
Yeah?
So,
Frankly, it wasn't bad when you got back either.
no,
Because again, you started planning.
I know. So, I can't believe the time's already up.
I know, you've been here a while.
So, but I'll just go get a little Weller and then come back. Bother y'all again for another 2 weeks.
Hey.
I can't wait to see the changes in the boys by then.
Oh,
Oh, that's just going to be so nice.
I know, because we're seeing so many changes now.
They'll be standing up. They'll be rattling their crib.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be saying food, food. Yeah. So it'll be fun.
Now they'll be saying comida, comida.
See.
Oh, yeah,
Whatever you say.
The Spanish bear. Osa español.
Oso gordo.
Andrea.
Or as they say in Russian, paskudna. That's what my grandpapa used to always call me, paskudna, because I was always up to no good.
God, I hate to see you with those boys. You're going to ruin them.
I hope to. The only thing I hate to do is take apart all that wooden platform we built out there because, it's something they don't learn how to do,
Yeah, that they're going to want to climb.
Yeah, but of course, with all the trees you have around here, I suspect we could probably really make a nice tree house out there somewhere and a rope that would swing from here out to about the lake.
Well, actually, we could probably build a few tree houses and have ropes swing from one to the next.
That, or of course, if they swing out there in a rope, you're going to have a platform to dive off of on top of the house somewhere.
It's a good thing they have a strong-willed mother.
She's not here.
No.
She doesn't hear what we're saying. She's going to get the tape and tear it up.
Yeah.
The two of y'all together, y'all frighten me.
Mhm.
Hey, I made it.
Yeah, you were lucky.
Well, there were a
That
couple
was
close
just a bad
calls.
aim. I aimed a saw blade at you one time, and all I hit was your shoulder.
Oh,
My
God,
chest.
yeah.
Chest, okay.
Yeah.
I think back on some of those things. Terrifies me. And yet you really were trying to be careful. It's just that dumb shit happens. You know,
When you do as much as we do, something's going to happen.
yeah.
Hmm.
So,
You look very nice today.
thank you. Well, I wore a dress so my stomach could expand while I ate. I enjoyed lunch.
Yeah, that was good.
I was hungry.
It looks like you shined your head and everything. You were...
That's why we had to move the chair because the light was glinting off her head so much I couldn't take the picture.
That was so kind to me.
One would never notice you had a bald head around this place, would you?
No.
We never bring it up. We
No.
don't mention it.
No.
Of course not. Would
Like
never
he
do that.
said, no wigs. The boys won't recognize you with hair.
That's true.
You put one on. I don't recognize you when you put it on
I know,
now.
it makes me look really different, because it's so different than the way I wore my hair.
She put a wig on
naturally.
last week and actually looked very, very nice, but it made the top of her head look too high because I wasn't used to seeing it, Oops, excuse me. Did I poke a hole in your head? But, just the top of her head is here now. It's not up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have to adjust that one a little bit more, make it fit my head a little tighter. Oh, that feels good.
Well, of course, I'm also I'm used to your other hairdo, and anything that's not your hairdo isn't what I remember.
I
Yeah.
know.
Well, her wig is pretty close to what it was.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. I mean, they're good wigs.
Coming over here, we stopped at Joey's place and we met him in front of a bank. And I wore a mask and she wore a mask and Joe stood back and I was afraid we were going to get arrested by the cops.
Yeah. We were going to do it at a local motel, and I told her, I said, no. I said, someone is going to see it, and they're going to think we're transferring drugs, and we're going to get arrested.
Because we were, we were
wearing masks and passing bags and
not bags, but we were
big
coolers back and forth.
Oh, right.
What could have been in it?
Well, wouldn't they have been surprised? Don't do so
Am I
hard.
doing it too hard?
Yeah. To find that it was just food.
That's right.
Ooh, you do it too hard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It feels
Where have I
good
heard
when
that
you do it.
before?
It's terrible.
Now it's on tape, isn't it?
Yeah.
How big is Rick? So big, Mama.
How big is Luke?
What is he? What did he
How big is Luke? Luke is from... Oh, look at that smile. Give your daddy a smile. How big is Mr. Luke? Huh? How big is Mr. Luke? Say, look how big, Daddy. Who kisses Reese? Oh, look how big I am, Daddy.
Big smile.
How big I am, Daddy. Do. How big is the Reese? Yes, I am. Oh, see, I'm so big. Say, no, they can hardly handle me. I'm so big. Say, we're 6 months big.
See, Daddy?
6 months big.
What's Daddy do? Oh. Give Daddy smile. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Got your hair.
How big is Reese?
Oh, yeah. Oh, say, Mama, what are you doing to me? What's your mama doing to you, Mama? La, la, la. La, la, la.
He loves being upside down.
Oops. La, la. La, 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 la. Ba, 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 ba.
You ready for your photos? Are you ready for your photos?